Get on your feet and give it up for your host, the Belt Boys General, the one, the only, General Creed.
But we gon' do it anyways.
I'd like to welcome everybody back. Thanks for coming in. Welcome to CCC Television. I'm your host, General Creed. And today we're going to speak about the Moses Challenge, the Christian dilemma. Let me explain a little bit of what I call the Christian dilemma. Jesus repeatedly claimed that Moses wrote about him. In John chapter 5, verse 46, Jesus says, "For if you believed Moses, you would believe me, for he wrote about me." Then after his resurrection, Luke tells us that Jesus began with Moses and all the prophets explaining the things concerning himself. And in Luke chapter 24, verses 44, Jesus says, "All things must be fulfilled, which were written in the law of Moses and the prophets and the Psalms concerning me." So here's the challenge. If Jesus is truly the unique, begotten, divine Son of God, the eternal Son, the second person of the Trinity, the one Christians believe was later revealed as Jesus Christ, then we should expect some kind of continuity between the earliest revelation and the later revelation. My claim is that the Bible does not have continuity as it pertains to its core doctrine, namely the unique begotten divine Son. It doesn't appear in the Torah, and Christians know this very well, and they always claim that Jesus fulfilled all of these prophecies, yet everything that he says goes against the Torah. And that is why we are starting with the Pentateuch, the 5 books of Moses. Now, let me be very clear about what I'm saying. I am not committing what some might call a verbatim fallacy. I'm not saying that the first 5 books must contain the exact words, "Jesus is the second person of the Trinity." No, that would be unreasonable, a type of unreasonable standard. I'm not demanding that the exact terminology of later Christian theology. No, I'm asking for the concept. Even though a verbatim fallacy doesn't appear necessarily in any books of logic or reason, I'm still not going to be unreasonable. I'm asking for the concept. Where is the concept of a unique begotten divine Son of God as it should appear in the Torah? Where is the concept of a Son who is distinct from the Father yet truly divine? Where is the foundation for what Christianity later identifies as the eternal Son, the second person of the Trinity? That is the question. It's very simple. And we are not excluding the Tanakh, which is the books of the prophets. We are not excluding the New Testament. Quite the opposite. We want to examine the entire biblical trajectory, but we want to do it chronologically. Let's start with Moses. Just start with Moses. Then we move through the rest of the Tanakh, then move into the New Testament and show us how the doctrine develops. Because Christianity's claim is not simply that Jesus is a divine being who appears suddenly in the first century. No, the Christian claim is much greater. Jesus is the unique Son of God. He is the eternal Son. He is the second person of the Trinity. And if that is the central identity of Jesus, then we have to ask, where is the foundation for that identity in the earliest biblical revelation? And this is particularly important because Jesus himself told us to look backward. He said, "Moses wrote about me." Where? Where is that? Is Jesus lying? Where is he? Where did Moses write about him? So don't begin with John. That would be unfair. Don't begin with Paul. Don't begin with the councils of the 4th century. Begin with Moses. This is all I'm asking. And this is where our debate with God Logic, the grifter, begins, and his friends who cheerlead him for no apparent reason and give away all their money idiotically. This is where our debate with God Logic and his friends has been going for more than a year. The request has been very simple. Show us the unique divine Son in chronological order. We're not asking for the exact phrase. We're not asking Moses to use 4th century Trinitarian terminology. We're asking for the concept. Show us where Moses establishes it. Show us where the prophets develop it. Show us where the Psalms develop it. And then show us how the New Testament identifies Jesus as the fulfillment of that existing revelation. That would demonstrate the continuity. Because if the New Testament doctrine is truly the continuation and fulfillment of what came before it, then we should be able to trace the theological thread backward. And that brings us to an important passage. Deuteronomy chapter 13, verses 1 through 7. Oftentimes you hear me repeat these verses because this is a scale, a test, if you will, to test prophets, whether they're true or false. Moses warns Israel about a prophet or a dreamer who performs a sign or wonder and then attempts to lead Israel toward another God. The principle is extremely important. Israel is not instructed to accept a theological message simply because someone performs a miraculous sign. The message must be tested against the revelation already given. In other words, the later claim must be consistent with the earlier revelation. And that is exactly why chronology matters. We cannot simply begin at the end and then read the conclusion back into the beginning. We need to establish the foundation first. Moses first, then the prophets, then the Psalms, then the New Testament, and finally we ask, or finally then we can ask, does the New Testament's identification of Jesus as the unique divine Son fulfill a concept that was already established in the earlier scriptures? This is the Christian dilemma, and that is the challenge. I'm not asking you merely to show me Jesus in the New Testament. I already know that what the New Testament claims about Jesus. I know what it claims. I'm asking you to follow Jesus's own claim. He said, Moses wrote about me. He said, I am the begotten Son. In John chapter 10, verse 36, he says, I am the Son of God. And the Christians say this means that he's unique, begotten, and divine, not like other sons, like Israel, like Adam, like David. No, not like that, but rather he's the second person of the Trinity. This is the Christian's claim. Show us the unique divine Son. Show us the concept. Show us the continuity. Show us the chronological development. Moses to the prophets to Psalms, the scripture to Christ. Because if this doctrine is truly the central biblical revelation about who is Jesus, who Jesus is, then we should be able to find its foundation before we ever arrive at Jesus. The challenge starts with Moses. So let's get into it. Enjoy this running around with the grifter, aka God Logic, whom you love so much, and whom the Muslims dislike so much. Enjoy this run around. All he's going to do during this interaction is just run from my question. And notice how polite I am to him. I try to be, polite to him as much as I can. But he's a fake person. He's a grifter. He's a fake person, and he never concedes to any argument. He just runs around and he never answers the question. You'll see. So enjoy the conversation. Thank you for watching CCC Television. Please don't forget to go to my YouTube channel and subscribe, follow on TikTok, turn on notifications for both. Thanks for watching. Okay. Notice
Can you
how
go to
we're
Psalm?
outside of the Torah again.
Oh no, this is all the Torah according to your belief.
I asked you for the first 5 books.
Go to Psalm now.
Right. Exactly.
Which Jesus even says is the Torah as well.
The first 5 books. Great.
Go to Psalm, please.
Let's go to Psalms. Also not in the first 5 books. Take note, everybody.
Yeah, take note, everybody. We don't use our Bible in isolation. Amazing.
You are fake news.
It says that they may know that you alone, your name is Yahweh, are the most high over all the earth. Okay, where's the point?
Is there anyone else other than the Most High God who is Yahweh, according to this verse?
Well, I'm isolating the verse. I'm just going to go with whatever you say. Yeah, sure.
Thank you. Don't go with what I say. Go with the verses say.
Things are taken in context, right? So
that is correct.
I'm just going to go off the verse, the one verse that you're stringing together.
I showed you 2.
Right, you're stringing together individual verses from different chapters around the Bible that are outside of the Torah. Go ahead.
Well, these are all the law, brother.
These are not the Torah.
Yeah, these are all the law. These are all the law. And even here's the beautiful thing about this. even in your Islamic position, Ibn Kathir says that the Salaf, who are the first three generations, right? You're a Muslim. I'm talking to a Muslim. So I'm showing you. Just 1 second, Creed. You asked me why. Come on, Creed. I'm showing you why, bro. According to your own religion, the entire book regarding the people of the book, the Jews and the Christians, that is called the Torah, is identified as the Torah. That's what the Salaf says in your own religion. So for you to deny that I'm quoting Torah when I'm going to Psalms, Isaiah, Jeremiah, or wherever, you're going against your scholars.
All right.
Okay.
Can you not hog the mic, please?
If you want to respond to that real quick.
Can you not hog the mic?
I'm not trying to. You asked me. I was telling you why I was saying that.
Okay, thank you. Let me respond. In this argument, sir, I gave you specific instructions in order to meet the criteria of Deuteronomy chapter 13, verses 1 through 7, where it says, God, that you, meaning Moses himself, and your forefathers, meaning going backwards. Because of that, not me, but the text itself restricts you to the first 5 books. But me being generous to you, I said no problem. I don't mind it that you use your whole Bible, including the New Testament. All I'm asking you to do very kindly for the past, forever, months and months, is just do it chronologically according to how the book is revealed, according to the text, what the text is asking you to do to test those Israelites. It says, you nor your forefathers have known. So I'm asking you from the first 5 books of the Pentateuch to show me the concept, not a verbatim fallacy, the concept of a unique, begotten, divine son in the first 5 books of the Torah. All you have to do, if you're honest, all of these Muslims coming up here, you're putting on them that they're so dishonest. You're the one being dishonest. Show me the son.
Okay. So, number 1, again, Creed, Deuteronomy 13 does not restrict me to the first 5 books of Moses at all. It says that if someone comes, now, mind you, when it says if someone comes, it's talking about the hypothetical in the future, correct?
Right.
Right. So this would be after Moses and after these things. At any point in time, if someone comes.
Wrong.
At any point in time, right?
Wrong.
Okay. Well, let me just say it.
I don't understand why you're laughing.
I'm laughing because the response is just so silly, dude.
No, it's not.
I did just let you talk for a long time. So if you're just gonna be, that was your answer, that's your answer, cool. Whatever. Let me just tell you, this goes for all time. If there's ever a person that comes and preaches a different God than the God of Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob, then that person is a false prophet, even if they've done signs and wonders, even if they've given a true prophecy. If they are preaching a different God than the God of Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob, then they are a false prophet. It's not limited to just the first 5 books. If someone comes in Jeremiah's time, preaching a different God other than the God of Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob, that person is a false prophet. Very simple. Now, Psalm 83:18. My question was very simple. Do you agree that there's no one else other than the Most High God that is identified as Yahweh?
Okay. Is it my turn to respond?
Please respond directly.
I would like to answer that Psalms 83. But you're straw manning again.
I ain't straw manning anything.
Yes, you are. Hold on. I
Please
never
answer.
restricted you to only the first 5 books. Again, and I don't know how many times
did it. You keep flip-flopping,
listen,
Creed, on what you're doing, bro.
No,
Stop flip-flopping.
No, I didn't. And I made an amendment to that. And what did I say? I said to you for the 100th time.
You don't have to repeat it, man. Can you answer the question?
Stop cutting me
Please,
off.
Creed.
Stop cutting me off.
But you're not answering,
And
dude.
you're not answering me.
I've already done that.
You didn't.
I've already done
You
that.
have not.
I've noticed. I have been able to deal with you directly.
You have
I've
not
called out
mentioned
your
one
false
chapter and
criteria.
verse that shows me a
I've
unique
called
begotten
out your
divine Son of
I've
God.
called out your
Period.
false criteria.
No, you
I've
haven't.
given you verses demonstrating the Son in the Old
False criteria
Testament.
when I'm telling you to do it
I've done
chronologically.
all of this, brother.
How is that? Tell me how.
So can you just answer?
Can you answer me first? My question came before your answer. You're straw manning.
Hey, Creed, brother.
Hey, man,
I'm trying to
if
be
you
as
can't
patient with
answer-
you as I
hey,
can, but I'm losing
listen,
it.
Listen, you can lose it and you can kick
My
me all
patience-
you want.
my
But
patience
by
is
you
wearing
running away,
thin, man.
all you're doing is showing that you don't have an answer.
All you're doing is showing that you are dishonest and you can't engage with your
Right.
own whack argument.
No,
You need to
haven't
drop this
proven
argument.
why the criteria is a false criteria. Even
I
though I'm
already
putting it in
did.
your
If it's going through one ear and out the other,
Yeah,
fine.
I see.
That's fine with me. Let's deal with it piece by piece.
Right, that's what I'm saying.
According
Look,
to Psalm 83, is there anyone other than the Most High God that's identified as Yahweh?
according to Deuteronomy chapter 13, verses 1 through 7, is it saying to Moses...
Take care of yourself, Creed.
Right, you take
Respectfully, take care of
too.
yourself.
You too, buddy. You too.
Oh, man.
You too. You too, man. You don't have to respond to me. It's okay.
You don't have to respond to me. It's okay.
Oh! He needs some milk.
Belt boys. Yeah, they hating cause we breaking trade. But we gon' do it anyways. They hating cause we breaking trade. But we gon' do it